In the middle of the vast ocean, where the waves and winds never stop, there are people who face nature day and night to bring home the freshest catches of fish. From nets laden with fish, giant cables to modern processing lines, all create a spectacular, arduous, and proud fishing journey. Today, let's explore with us a world that few people see, the world of fish hunters in the middle of the ocean. As dawn broke, the boat began to cut through the waves and move away from shore. On deck, the fishermen looked out to the horizon, which promised a hopeful day of fishing. The sea was deep blue, strangely peaceful, but it was also here that a difficult life awaited them. Once the fish gathering point is determined, everyone quickly gets into position. Large orange nets are released, rolling along the water. This is an important moment. Each drop of the net is a gamble with nature. The auxiliary boat speeds up, pulling the net in an arc, enveloping the entire school of fish below. It is a coordinated performance that requires experience, agility, and team spirit. There was no need to wait long. The sea began to move violently. Sparkling streaks of light were visible under the water. Fish began to flock towards the net. Here it is, a big catch. Schools of fish thrashed about, crowding together in dense patches like silver waves on the sea surface. The net was full, a sign of a lucky day of fishing. On the boat, the fishermen quickly closed the net and tightened the mouth of the net. The whole space seemed to explode with joy and haste, because everyone understood that every moment is a golden opportunity in the middle of the ocean. The nets began to be pulled up. Each net was heavy and black with struggling fish. The sound of the hydraulic winch was mixed with the splashing of fish and the shouts of the crew. The fish began to pour down onto the deck, a continuous, silvery stream. The hold was quickly filled. Joy was evident on the faces of those in dark orange raincoats, though sweat mixed with the seawater. No one seemed tired. In the middle of the vast waves, hundreds of meters of net ropes are stretched out like arms embracing the ocean. The heavier the net, the faster the hearts of the people on board beat, because that is a sign that the fish are trapped within the net. The fish were in the nets now. The real harvest began. Hundreds of fish were dumped out onto the deck, covering the slippery floor. The atmosphere was more urgent than ever. Once all the fish are loaded onto the boat, the work continues without stopping. The crew immediately starts sorting. Each fish is quickly inspected by eye, then placed into plastic baskets according to type and size. Although their hands are tired and their bare feet are slippery on the floor covered with water and fish scales, everyone is still patient and meticulous, because this is the step that determines the value of the entire fishing trip. On modern vessels, the fishing process is supported by state-of-the-art machinery and professional crews. Every operation is precisely calculated, from the time of dropping the net, pulling the net, to preserving the product. After hours of pulling, the giant net was finally brought up on deck. Heavy and laden with spoils, the net was now like a giant waterspout, pouring the fish overboard with a roar of water, tow line, and waves. And then, the moment everyone had been waiting for arrived, the net was open, and streams of bright red fish poured out like a waterfall. The deck shook, and the sound of fish falling echoed across the sea. Each fish is taken down to the storage cellar, marking a successful voyage. But for the fishermen, this is not just fish, it is pride, life, and the gift of the sea. While the world is sleeping, on a small boat offshore, fishermen are still diligently pulling each meter of net. No spotlights, no audience, just waves, wind, and wordless resilience. In the pitch-black night, the ship's lights illuminate an emotional moment. The biggest fish of the day is lifted, glistening like a well-deserved reward after so much struggle. When the last fish is placed on the ice, the trip officially ends. Each fish body shines silver under the light, silent but full of value. They will be carefully preserved in the cold storage so that when they reach shore, they will still retain the freshness as if they had just been caught from the ocean. Behind each fish is a long journey of effort, of passion, and of people who choose to live with the wind and waves. The sea is not always calm. There are days when the wind roars, the waves rise, and the sky is covered with gray clouds. But the boat still has to go, and the net still has to be pulled under the high waves. Each hand still clings to the tow line. The sound of metal screeching, the wind whipping against the ship's walls, everything shakes, except the will of the seaman. This is not just a job, it is a challenge. A test to see how long people can hold on amidst the fury of nature, and in that moment, we see the perseverance of the silent people. They do not retreat, because behind them are their families, their lives, their faith in the sea. Looking down from the deck, a spectacular sight appeared. The net stretched out, red, sparkling in the pale light of the stormy day. A huge school of fish was contained within the enclosure. Waves crashed into the net, but could not lighten the weight of the spoils. Seabirds flew busily above, as if sensing the sumptuous feast that was about to take place. The net hit the deck, and then, it all came pouring out. Thousands of red fish came pouring out like a waterfall without stopping. A living, echoing stream. After being loaded into the hold, the fish continue their second journey, entering a modern grading and processing system right inside the ship. On the cold conveyor belt, each fresh red fish is transported in a closed process, washed, inspected, sized, all quickly, accurately, and safely. Thank you for joining us on our journey to the sea today. If you find it interesting and meaningful, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next videos. See you again.